Had it up to here with politics after many months of relentless campaigning that turned friends into frenemies and tested the boundaries of neighborhoods and workplaces. One thing we can all agree on is it's time to move on. In this week's show, we're serving up cures for the political hangover. We begin with a look at democracy in action. Not always pretty, it's been time-tested. Long before Clinton and Trump, there was Hamilton and Jefferson. We'll look at their historic rivalry.
That as much as Hamilton and Jefferson really despised one another, that they stood for certain ideas that over time came together to make the nation.
Then in Chill Out, we'll take you through a relaxation routine to give you a better perspective or at least make you feel good. And we'll unveil details on the transfer of posting power, how the White House plans to transition millions of social media followers. Plus, who couldn't use a dose of cuteness? Your videos and pics reminding us life is good. I'm Amy Osher. We'll also get a breakdown on the beats of our staff reporters. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. Politics, it turns out, is not for the faint of heart. While this year's presidential race has us all aflutter, the drama is not unprecedented. Years ago, another race trumped this one. Here's a look back, way back, at another historic rivalry. Long before he was a Broadway star, Alexander Hamilton shared the spotlight with Thomas Jefferson as the feuding founding fathers battled for the hearts and minds of the young republic.
The renewed interest in Hamilton is just extraordinary. The play, the soundtrack, the rediscovery of Hamilton as an important founding father has provided an opportunity where people want to hear more about it.
Rutgers professor Louis Massour is taking his history show on the road.
Oh, by the way, I got to be careful here. I don't want to idealize this negotiation from the part of the Democratic Republicans. All the swampland on which Washington is built, it's owned by Madison. I just want to tell you that. So, I don't want you to think this is just all high principles, but.
With an entertaining and informative lecture, he breaks down the philosophical differences that rocked the political landscape in the late 18th century.
I think the important thing to learn is about statesmanship, that as much as Hamilton and Jefferson really despised one another, that they stood for certain ideas that over time came together to make the nation.
Come together? Wishful thinking about now. Fast forward several centuries and the Clinton-Trump presidential race rubbed just about everyone the wrong way. The political similarities not lost on the audience.
I think that they compare very well, and I won't say who is who, but definitely there is a comparison, and it was a perfect title to have Hamilton versus Jefferson and Clinton and Trump. It works.
With strong visions of the government's role in society, one banking on centralized power and global trade, the other grounded in a nation of small landowners, Hamilton and Jefferson drew party lines and hostilities. Sounds like 2016.
Well, they're butting heads, and unfortunately, I think we've been sidetracked by issues that are really not germane to what the problems are in this country. The similarity I see is that with Alexander Hamilton, he was suggesting a new way of being, a change, and in that instance, that was welcome and it was good.
So we've been there, done that, and came out the other side. One day, our grandkids might study this epic mashup as the reality TV event of its day.
And one of the things that I like to do in this lecture is have people understand that no matter what the disagreements, the arguments, the vituperative nature of things going on today, that it has a history and that it goes back, and that political parties have always battled one another. Hopefully we can take some solace from that.
A global audience watched our political process with interest. Our democracy is envied the world over, which made the recent election especially noteworthy. Given the wide diversity of countries represented in Southwest Florida, we thought we'd take a look through their eyes.
I think people want a change. Like in my country, in Brazil, where we are from, but we are residents from Naples, they change everything. People really are looking for a change, and this is why they vote for Trump. They were not happy what's going on right now.
I think it's actually maybe this election is more close to what we see in Brazil, because before people didn't, there's not so much involvement here. Not a lot of people vote. In Brazil, we are, it's mandatory. It's mandatory to vote. So people really get involved and are very verbal in their opinions and discussions. And here, when it was election, you almost didn't know there was elections, you know what I mean, if you didn't watch TV. With this election, people were really having debates, having, you know, discussions about all the different points, and it was the hot topic of, you know, this past few months.
Of course, the results will impact the relationship between USA and France and the general way in Europe. But yeah, in my opinion, we have just an interest because it's America, and a lot of French go to America to live, to work, to have vacations, so it does interest us.
For the second time, a Florida ballot amendment to legalize medical marijuana went in front of voters. In the heat of a contentious election, this initiative was meant to be a pain reliever. It came as a breath of fresh air on a tumultuous night, a victory for seriously ill patients. Florida voters overwhelmingly approved a constitutional amendment guaranteeing the right to medical marijuana. The newly approved Amendment 2 gave legal rights to patients with illnesses on the level of cancer, HIV, PTSD, Parkinson's, and epilepsy. They'll be able to get pot through state-approved doctors and dispensaries. The next step is for local governments to establish guidelines for their community. By one state estimate, about 450,000 Floridians would now qualify for marijuana as a pain reliever. Ours was one of a handful of states with pot initiatives on the ballot. By the time the smoke settled, it was clearly a good night all around for marijuana. When we come back, how about a dose of chill? Moves to get yourself refocused and re-energized.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Let AAA Travel help you plan a memorable getaway with unique vacations featuring authentic experiences worldwide. Expert AAA travel consultants can show you the hidden gems. Plus, AAA members enjoy valuable savings and exclusive benefits on cruises, land vacations, hotels, rental cars, and more. Whether you want to tour Europe, cruise Alaska, or just relax in the Caribbean, AAA Travel can help you get there. Expect something more with your next vacation. Get started today. Visit AAA.com/Naples or call 594-5006.
The way we see it, for everyone who's happy with the election outcome, nearly as many people are not. But most of us are ready to chill out and move on. As promised, we're going to walk you through a wellness routine that can help you put politics behind you. Wellness coach Karen Gallagher is with me to talk about how we can kind of relieve some stress through yoga and movements. Can you tell when you're feeling stressful? Do you feel it in your body?
Absolutely. You feel a heaviness in your body where you know you need to release it. So great way to release that heaviness or that stress is by simple breathing and then guided movement with your breath. So simple inhale up, Exhale down can help relieve some of that stress.
And even just a little flow going through something can actually take you from a beginning, middle to an end and really get rid of a lot of that strain and stress, can't it?
Absolutely. Breath guided movement is key. We're always breathing, but to bring conscious awareness to our breath makes such a big difference, where you can turn on the parasympathetic system and turn on that relaxation response.
And we can do it in like 5 minutes, a little something, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get started.
All right, let's do it. All right, rooting down into your right foot, lift your left knee, turn the knee out and place your heel above or below your knee, hands at your heart center, feel the lift of your heart, and then grow your branches into tree pose. Breathing in, breathing out, hands back to your heart. Gently, slowly step your left foot back, land it for warrior one, bend into your right knee, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. So walk your back foot back, lunging in, gazing forward out over your palm. Inhale, reverse, knuckles to low back, arm over your ear. Inhale, lengthen your front leg. Exhale, slowly reach forward, keep reaching. When there's no more forward, go down with your hand. Feel your hip drawing back, raise your arm up, gaze up. Exhale completely into your feet. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, turn your feet parallel. Interlace your hands. Draw down through your knuckles, open with your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Hang out in this fold for a moment. Feel your shoulder blades drawing together. Feel how you're wringing out stress and tension. Rooting down into your feet. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, hands to your waist. Hop your feet together and turn back to face the front. Yay.
Eventually, we'll have to face all the political party crashers, some of whom we may have clashed with. The follow-up to chilling out is moving on. Here's 5 steps to get you on your way from the USA Today Network. Forget about the transfer of power. We want to know who gets control of the social media passwords. Turns out there's a plan for that.
The president's ready for you.
The Obama administration has embraced social media to give the American people a new type of access to the presidency.
America, here I am, making some last-minute changes, a few last-minute touches to my State of the Union speech tonight.
But with President Obama on his way out the door, what's going to happen to the Obama administration's tens of thousands of tweets, posts, and snaps? The Obama administration is doing its part to make sure its millions of social media followers don't lose access to the next president. It's transferring official accounts and handles like @POTUS and @VP to the next administration. The followers and subscribers will remain, but the contents of each account will be wiped clean. A fresh start for the new team taking over the White House. Don't worry, all the tweets, posts, videos, and photos won't be deleted. They'll be saved and kept like all other presidential records by the National Archives and Records Administration. And they'll be available to all of us on the same platforms, just under newly created accounts.
Still need a pick-me-up? You've come to the right place. We love them, our cutest videos submitted by you. That's ahead and behind the headlines.
Jeffrey Heitman, NCH. This is my hospital.
I'm Shona Vella McCunney, and this is my hospital.
I'm Thomas Parent, and this is my hospital.
My name is Kenneth Bookman, NCH. This is my hospital.
NCH, this is my hospital.
Hi, I'm Adam Fisher with the Naples Daily News, and I don't just write about high school football, I live it.
What's up, Mr. Fisher? Don't worry about it.
Catch up on the latest in high school football with Andy Sodergren and me, Adam Fisher, each week at naplesnews.com/prepzone. We make high school football real.
The beat goes on as far as our reporters are concerned. They're on the job turning stories. Here's a preview of what you can expect in the Daily News. Hey guys.
Thanks, Amy. Hi, I'm Alex Glorioso, the political reporter here at the Naples Daily News. The election is over. Donald Trump won Florida, and he also won the White House. Many people are wondering what happened in Florida on Tuesday night. Broward County and Miami-Dade had record turnouts in South Florida. Early on in the evening, Democrats thought that Clinton was going to take home the presidency. But as the results came in, it turned out that northern counties in the Panhandle, as well as Collier and Lee counties in southwest Florida, along with certain counties along the I-4 corridor, such as Pasco, Volusia, and Pinellas County, which Donald Trump actually turned from blue to red, ended up largely going in his favor. He was really able to run up the numbers. In small counties all over the state, he had great percentages and great margins over Hillary Clinton. So as the results came in, he, scraped by with 130,000 votes. And that's about it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Greg Stanley at the Naples Daily News, and the votes are in now, and we have our results for the Collier County Commission race that we're looking into. Voters chose Republicans, Bill McDaniel and Bert Saunders to represent the eastern parts of the county. So now this election is going to have huge impacts on the way the county is developed, especially as it deals with business incentives and the government's role in luring businesses to the county. So we're going to be taking a look at kind of what the plan is now to attract and retain businesses here. We're also going to be looking a lot at what this means for environmental efforts. Bert Saunders ran on a platform to promise to bring back Conservation Collier. It's a very popular program here that helped set aside large swaths of conservation and preserve land. He promised to bring that back to voters in the next election on a ballot to see if they want to pay for a special tax to bring that program back. So we're going to see and follow how that moves forward.
My name is Shelby Reynolds. I'm a features reporter here at the Naples Daily News, and I'm working on a story about farm-to-table practices, which is kind of a buzzword right now. Diners are really interested in knowing that their food is coming from local farms. And so here in Naples, there's a restaurant called The Local that has really paved the way for area restaurants. They are serving up pork from a hog farm here in Florida. It's around the Orlando area called Palmetto Creek Farms. And so this story gets into the relationship between the chef and the farmer and how they are serving up local food to local diners. So you can find that story in print on Tuesday and online at naplesnews.com.
Hi, my name is Brett Murphy. I'm the courts reporter at the Naples Daily News. Last week we covered a few trials up in Fort Myers and Lee County Court. Terry Brady, who was convicted of killing and then setting on fire a transgender woman, was sentenced to life in prison. Then across the street in federal court, two Naples businessmen were sentenced to 10 and 11 years in prison for a biofuel scheme in which they set up shell companies all over the country and stole money from the EPA and the IRS.
Hi, I'm Ryan Mills. My colleague Eric Statz and I have been working on an investigative series examining how Florida's lawmakers are failing the state's beaches, nearly half of which are deemed critically eroded right now. It also examines the increasing scarcity of offshore sand in Florida and proposals for reform. The first story in the four-part series runs in today's Naples Daily News. We think it's going to be a very important piece for Southwest Florida and for the rest of the state where Florida's beaches are so important. Pick up a copy of your nearest newsstand or read it at naplesnews.com and check out next week's Behind the Headlines for a full report.
We'd be remiss if we didn't give our editorial team a minute or two to weigh in on the recent events. Here's our weekly commentary.
Thanks, Amy, and thanks for speaking softly. After all, I'm one of those political junkies you're talking about in today's program, and I'm still hungover from the past few days. I've even tried some of the cures, but my head still hurts thinking about everything that's unfolded in the past few days and what's yet to come. With a nod to Lenny Kravitz and various other recording artists, my dear politics, I can't get you out of my mind. I've tried all the remedies. There's a suggestion you drink plenty of water, but then I started thinking about the future of our drinking water. State Representative Ray Rodriguez won, but he's not planning to reintroduce his fracking bill with our water supply at stake. Add in the retirement of State Senator Garrett Richter, who pushed the bill. Will State Senator-elect Kathleen Passidomo pick it up? And anti-fracking candidates for the Collier County Commission, they were defeated. Then I tried to take some over-the-counter medication for my political hangover, but wait, that's not authorized in the state constitution, and voters just decided medical marijuana is part of the Florida's constitution. Now the legislature has to take steps in the coming months to allow it in Florida. So I was back to thinking about Tuesday's election. Exercise is also recommended. Well, then I gave a big shout out to the Collier County voters who exercised their right to vote unlike any other in Florida. Collier was best in the state in turnout Tuesday at about 87%. That was such a big shout out to Election Supervisor Jennifer Edwards and her team that it made my head hurt again. Another suggested remedy is toast. But then I started thinking about all of the incumbents who put years into public service and ended up becoming toast when the votes were counted. Well, it's also suggested the best cure for a hangover is more alcohol. In 2018, we'll have a new Florida governor because Rick Scott is term limited. Is he already lining up to challenge U.S. Senator Bill Nelson? And what will our Lieutenant Governor, Agriculture Commissioner, and Chief Financial Officer run for? And the next presidential election is only 1,455 days away, and no doubt it will begin soon after Donald Trump's inauguration. That's it. That's the one that works for a political hangover. More politics. I'll drink to that. That's what I'm thinking. Join in the conversation at naplesnews.com.
A welcome departure from all the political posts. Who didn't appreciate something cute or cuddly popping up on our news feeds? These are some of my favorites.
I got the eye of the tiger, father, dancing through the fire, 'cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar, ah, 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 roar, ah, 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 roar, ah, 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 ah. Hi, Uncle Charlie. You know what you're supposed to do. I am here for you. Listen, I'm gonna call your wife, okay? Hi, Uncle Charlie's wife. I just had a call from Uncle Charlie. He is having major dog problems. So you think he finally got the Rile on the second little schedule? No. Okay. Well, I don't know about something. Yeah, but it's true. But listen, Uncle Charlie, we're about to eat dinner in a second. Can I call you back? Sure. Okay. Bye.
Not easy to follow that up, so I'll leave it with namaste and goodbye. You can always connect with me through my Facebook page. It's Amy Osher, Reporter. If you'd like to see any of our episodes, including this one, they're always available online. Just log on to naplesnews.com. On the left-hand side, under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week.